Yes, the Rootrees are dead. They died in a plane crash. The Roottree sisters and Carl Roottree, gone. And the world's not going to be the same without them. Our job has been to go over the family tree and figure out who's a Roottree and who's not a Roottree. Inheritances are on the line, and it's important that we get this right. In the first episode, we attacked the tree from the bottom. We figured out who the Roottree sisters were and a little bit about who Carl was. In the second episode, we went right to the top and figured out how the Roottree family started, with Elias and his wife, a maple farm, and a dream, and a business. Humble beginnings. And now, we're just going to go through the list of notable Roottrees. We've been given this list, and this list are the easy ones, the give-me's, the ones that are easy to Google. We're going to go through this list, and we're going to Google each one of them. Or we're going to spider search each one of them, ask Jeeves each one of them, if we're being 90s appropriate, and we're going to fill in some people in the middle. What a looker, hey? We're going to uncover the identities of some people in the middle. And now, all the while, keep in mind, there's something funny going on here, because number one, what's this little top secret document over here? What's that all about? And number two, who's this mysterious stranger? Are they a Roottree? Why are they hiring us? There's some twist at the end here. It's coming, and let's see if we can figure it out before it happens. All right, let's get to it.
Again, for those of you just joining us, the Rootrees are dead.
Look at this. We need, the one thing I would like right now is a picture of Carl Roottree. Don't forget, genealogy for dunces. Family trees use surnames from birth, even if the person changed their last name after marriage. Okay. That's helpful. Always use a person's most recent occupation. Okay, that's good. That's helpful. Excellent. Okay. So Carl Roottree, President 5th. Let's just keep doing some searches here. So we're up to Gwynn. You find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. The site is not very well organized and your search is broken, but you can get into individual pages from your search engine. Gwynn Roottree is a somewhat well-known actress who was active in the 1950s. She often appeared in tabloids, especially around the time of her highly publicized divorce. Aha! Her biggest role was the minor hit movie Guys Like Us. So hold on. Highly publicized divorce, let's highlight that. Her biggest role was the minor hit movie Guys Like Us. These should go, Guys Like Us should go in searches, so searches. Christmas Mission. Oh. There's a widely circulated picture of Gwynn from behind the scenes on one of her movies, which you've added to evidence. Did you know trivia? Gwynn was the granddaughter of Elias Roottree, the founder of Roottree Candy. She shouldn't have been named Roottree, but her father took her mother's famous name, which was quite rare in those days. Okay, so in notes, Elias notes, let's highlight this. So we have a picture of Gwynn. So Gwynn's mother was the Roottree. So if we go here, and she was divorced. But this is the only one with a divorce, right? So hold on, let's just double check. Okay, yeah. So the only one in this level who had a divorce, so this is Gwynn. I need to look at her picture first. What a looker, hey? This photo is a widely circulated photo of Gwynn Roottree. You have seen it on multiple websites about old films. Okay. So let's fill her in. Actress or actor. So we've got 3. They'll check in when there's 3, correct? So that means that either CEO or farmer is wrong. What could this be other than farmer, right? So this must be correct. But back to the internet. So guys like us, let's just do a search. You find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. The site is not very well organised. Guys Like Us is a 1953 film in which 2 secretaries cut their hair short and pose as businessmen to get ahead in life until one of them falls in love with their client and hilarity ensues. Starring Gwynn Roottree, Leslie Florence, and Harrison Lane. Did you know trivia? The title is a play on words, as it can be read that the 2 women are men similar to other men, or that the men are fond of them. Okay. Let's look at Christmas Mission. Christmas Mission is on a page called Flops. It was a war movie about World War I released in 1955 that received poor reviews and lost the studio money. Gwynn Roottree had a role as a soldier's wife who wrote him letters from home. You find no additional relevant information. Did you know trivia? The movie was marketed as an incredible true story, but no record of the events happening has ever been found. Okay. So let's get rid of this now. And I think we searched this already. Yeah. Okay, well let's just search for that then. Although I think that's the history, right? I wonder if we can confirm whether Elias is the CEO or president, so... We haven't seen this yet. Elias Roottree was the founder and first president of the Roottree Candy Company. You find what is essentially a propaganda site about him created by the Roottree Candy Company. At the top there is a picture of him and his wife Gwyneth. That picture has been added to your evidence. There is also a biography section that has some additional information. Elias is credited for inventing 5 pieces. Before that, the farm he inherited by marrying his wife only produced syrup. After 5 pieces became wildly successful, Elias spent his time and energy on cementing his reputation as a family man. He is quoted on the site as saying, "Blood is thicker than syrup," and "Any child linked by blood to me shall be linked by blood to my legacy." The site enthusiastically claims that he made good on that promise, but offers no additional detail. There are a few more quotes about Elias from a book called Family Man, The Roottree Legacy by Bess Williams. To say they are biased is a massive understatement. So that gives us a book. Below that there is a long list of accomplishments and awards, and one stands out. Like his great-grandson Carl, Elias was voted Watchman of the Year. Okay. Bess Williams. Published 1920, hardcover, non-fiction anthology, an old book about Elias Rootree. There's no downloadable version available because the book is impossible to find these days. Okay. Okay, let's just keep doing some searches on the names then. Red Rootree. You find information on a website about strange historical facts. Oh. Aloysius Herring Redtree, aka Red, was an appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname ironically because he was the ambassador to Ireland for about 6 days. He served what some people contend is the shortest term in history. A few days after he was appointed, he was heard disparaging his position and the Irish people. He then tried to run for state senate. He claimed to be related to the Rootree Candy Company in a newspaper ad, but it came out that the last name was merely a coincidence and he was defeated in a landslide. So Red Rootree is a coincidence. So not because he took the wife's name, because we know that one of the men took the wife's name, and that was actually Gwynn's father, right? Oh, look at that. That's marked out with a red herring. Oh, that's clever. Okay. Printing rolling.mp3? James Rootree is a singer who sings in the duo Jim and Diamond with his wife Diamond LaRue. Okay, so let's make a page on him. Jim and Diamond, wife, Diamond LaRue, song rolling down the city. Oh, we can actually hear it? Although Jim writes the majority of his songs, plays the guitar and often sings, Diamond is considered by fans to be the band's lead singer. The band never had another hit, but has its fans, who refer to themselves as Diamond's Dazzlers. The rest of their music is more folky and acoustic than the one song they were known for. Jim and Diamond have continued to release music through the 80s and early 90s. Other albums you find mentioned are Cherry Tree and Sound of Laughter. Jim has become a bit of a recluse and hasn't made a public appearance since 1996. So 2 years now. Okay, should we hear this song if we can? Oh. So that's Jim Rootree and that's LaRue. As seen in MMM. Only the great-grandson of Elias Rootree, great-grandson, could make disco this sweet. Okay. Rollin' On Down to the City was barely a top 20 hit for a few weeks in 1979. According to the liner notes, it satirizes how a part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East, unless pop culture tricked them into caring. Somewhat ironically, listeners didn't seem to pay attention to the lyrics enough to trick them into caring. Instead, most of its play came from roller discos. Because it was such a product of its time, it doesn't get much play anymore, even on stations that play oldies. Maybe that's why you've never heard of it before now. This image is from an auction for a sealed copy. It has a sticker that says only the great-grandson of Elias Rootree could make the disco this sweet. It is credited to Peter Jankowitz from MMM. So that might be a periodical we can search for. Music and lyrics by Jim Roottree, vocals by Jim Roottree and Diamond LaRue. Jim Roottree is on the notable Rootrees list in your evidence. He'll be marked on the chart with a star. Lyrics of this song contain no clues. Okay. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down the city. Saturday night, and you're quite a sight. The world might be burning, but I'm feeling right. Making ends meet to pay rent and eat. We can't afford gas, so we skate in the street. The guys all rush to say that I'm pretty. Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight. What a pity. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down the city. So it's like a duet. On wheels we glide, with you by my side. Inflation is rising, but so is our pride. Pick our own fate, make love not hate. They fight overseas, but we'd rather skate. The guys all rush to say that I'm pretty. Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city. Politicians at large are all hopeless. The bankers in charge are all clowns, but parties sell better than protests. So signs up while we boogie down, down, down. The guys all rush to say that I'm pretty. Yep, so it's the chorus again. That's kind of hilarious. Okay. So these actually might be searches that we can do when we run out of things to search for. Interesting. So let's go back to the notable people. So we've done Jim, let's do Lauren. Author Lauren Roottree, a distant relative. Okay. Lauren Roottree. Author Lauren. A distant relative of the Roottree sisters. A Life Between Wars. According to a website about famous authors, in the early 1960s, Lauren released a few romance novels under her married name, Lauren Rafferty, to little fanfare. When her publisher learned she had been keeping diaries about her famous family, they insisted she release them under her original name, Lauren Roottree, to take advantage of her family's notoriety. The selection of diary entries released in 1965 as A Life Between Wars. Okay. Spans from the untimely death of her husband in World War II to coping with the post-war world as a young widow and mother, as well as her perspectives on changing times and socialites, all the way through the entry into Vietnam. While the content is not considered particularly relevant to modern audiences, it has found new life as an exercise in high school English classes to show an evolution in writing style and for a look into life in previous generations. After the success of her diaries, her publisher re-released her romance novels under the name Lauren Roottree. This included Romance in Court, which gained popularity. She followed the re-release up by writing 2 new sequels, creating what fans referred to as the Court Jester series. You find no recent details about Lauren, though she is listed as retired. Okay, so A Life Between Wars. By Lauren. Oh. It seems you've hit the jackpot here. This book occasionally taught in schools. You even find a hardcover edition for students that has full-page high-quality pictures in it. A summary of the contents of the book, photos as well as some particularly relevant entries from the diary have been added to your evidence. Alright. 7 items. So this is Lauren Roottree. This must be her husband, who died. Below are notes and observations he made while skimming through Lauren Roottree's diary, pages in A Life Between Wars. Lauren Roottree is on the notable Roottrees list in your evidence. She'll be marked with a star. The book was published in 1965 and consists of diary entries that stretch from 1940 to 1965. The most important event that much of the diary and Lauren's thoughts revolve around was the loss of her husband Jacob. Okay, Jacob. Her husband Jacob. Jacob died in the final months of World War II while Lauren was pregnant. This left her to raise her son, Clark, alone. Lauren never remarried and only had one child. Okay, that could be helpful. By skimming the pages of your diary, you glean the following information. She was the granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side. Her mother's family was called the Cossells, but she hardly ever mentions them. Her father, who she always refers to as Pop, was the head lawyer for the Roottrees Candy Company and helped write a legal document called the Clance Trust. So if we go back to searches, and we'll highlight Clance Trust, it is clear from context that the Rootrees have internal shorthand names for the different generations of their family. Lauren uses them often. 5 Pieces is the first generation. The next generation is Lauren's generation. The Free Spirits are the generation after Lauren's. Interesting. The 5 Pieces. The picture was famous in our house. Pop even had it framed. Pop is Lauren's father, so that's him. It's taken in 1935 to celebrate the move to the new warehouse that Eli Jr. designed. So he's an architect, right? Well, this is obviously the last one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's obviously younger than everyone, so this is Miracle Jr., right? Or Miracle. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo since Miracle was in it, and the 3 of us were all about the same age. We were told only the 5 pieces, which really didn't go over well. So to say the least, eventually I suppose to stop the tantrums, they posed us in front of the camera with Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendolyn, and I found out years later. So this is for Lauren. Lauren has Aunt Gwendolyn, so Gwendolyn's not her mother. I found out years later that they never even took a second photo. Okay, so we have a picture now. There's Miracle. I wonder if this is Elias Jr. then? Or this could be Elias Jr. Okay. Lauren's diary contains some labeled pictures. This is the next generation. Caption: an attempt to recapture the spirit of the 5 pieces photo with our generation. For old time's sake, we gathered on the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way on the left, since to me he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one, but I was outvoted by my brothers. So this is not Eli. They insisted the 4 of us stand together, and so we clumped up in the middle and let everyone filter behind and in front of us. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwyn. Grandma insisted we include Sam even if we didn't want to. None of us understood why, including Sam. I also didn't think it fair Miracle made it in, since he's technically a 5 piece. I guess my inner child still holds a grudge even after all these years. Okay, well, let's get the pictures. So this is Sam. I think this might be Miracle. Let's just cross-reference. Eye patch here. This guy was in... Hold on. Oh, wow, okay. Time's up. There's no one missing an eye, which means that might not be Miracle. We might have something wrong about the generation, so we'll have to double check that. An entry titled Complaints from Lauren Rootree's Diary was written in 1953. It focuses on one of the Lauren family members, Gwynn, who was on the notable Rootrees list. It seems everyone has something to complain about. Gwynn, as an only child, complained of loneliness. I told her that being expected to watch after, so hold on. We have a Gwynn Roottree. Gwynn as an only child. Lauren has 3 younger brothers. During the summer, where I went to stay with her, and Aunt Margot has an Aunt Margot. I hope she would be the sister I never had and that I'd do the same for her. I even tried to dye my hair blonde to fit in with the 2 of them. What a mess. So, not blonde? Aunt Margot is blonde. Gwynn? Blonde. Now she's off living the glamorous life while I'm stuck here with Clark. I must admit, seeing her everywhere contributes to my unhappiness. Her visage stares at me, even now from my coffee table. She gets to be in Starlet and tell tales of how she gallivants around the world, kissing the likes of Harrison Lane and Wild Bill Williams. She's the first Roottree woman to be anything other than a housewife, and I'm jealous. Ooh. And I'm jealous. If I were not a single mother, I could make my own way in this world. But I'm off topic. A girl with all the luck in the world was jealous of me, and now, though I have been undoubtedly burdened by terrible tragedy, I am also lucky to be born in a family that can support me for eternity. I can raise a child without worry, unlike countless other widows. If any of them were to hear me complaining, they would rightfully scoff just like I do at Gwynn. Okay. An entry titled Dynasty. Okay, so let's, next time, we will continue on with Lauren's journals and see what we can uncover from there. After this, I'm sure we're going to have enough information to deduce a few of these identities. So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.